right. We are off and rolling in Mark. It is. You like that? You like that? You like that?
No.
I went full nerd on you there.
Yeah.
Full nerd. All right, here we go. Hello.
Welcome to the big program.
Yeah, the Mike and Molson 2. We don't have as many guest stars as the roll call for the DNC did, though, on Tuesday. Did you see that? I know we're not political in nature, but good Lord.
In a million years, I would love to talk to the person who came up with that whole deal, because in a million years, I would not have. Because that's usually, I mean, it's okay.
It's perfunctory, right?
Kansas, please weigh in. And then Kansas says their thing, and they do like a little 14-second speech. And we give our delegate votes to this person. And the DNC just decided, let's just turn this into a dance party.
They did, complete with a live appearance from Lil Jon.
Yeah.
So they go to the delegates of Georgia's delegation. They're like, Georgia, what do you say? And all of a sudden, fire it up, and everybody turned down for what hit, and it's Lil Jon. And so I ask you now, Johnny, I don't think you can play that song in a bar or a wedding or a party anymore, because it's just got the DNC stank on it now, because a bunch of
politicized.
Yeah, well, not so much the politicization, but it's just like kind of when adults start using the slang terms is when we move on from things. Mm-hmm. When it's gotten to the point where turned down for what is used for a political actual convention, I think that's when we go, well, can't use that in our everyday anymore.
Yeah, I guess it has kind of sucked the fun out of that song. Which, kudos to Lil Jon for having a hit song that really only has 3 lines in it.
Pretty much.
There are no other lyrics besides "Fire it up," another round of shots, turned down for what? And then they just say that over and over again. And
right,
it's like,
exactly.
What? All these people work so hard to write these lyrics, and poets sit down with paper and pen, and Lil Jon just comes and goes and just yells, "Turn down for what?" And we're there. But I gotta wonder. I mean, obviously it's choreographed, but there was something about, because I went back and watched it because I knew we were going to talk about this again, and the way the camera swings at the last moment.
Yes,
it seems like everyone was surprised except for Georgia.
Correct. It seems like Georgia had that in their back pocket, and it was just like, hey, everybody, guess what we're going to do? Here you go. Boom. And then Illinois followed up, and I understand what Illinois did, but they followed up with the song that played underneath the Bulls starting lineup from back in the 90s. So every state had a song by the DJ, right? And it was like, some of them are too on the nose, like Sweet Home Alabama started it from Alabama. It's like, come on. And so Georgia just ups everyone with a live appearance from Lil Jon. And then, Illinois has got, we're going to play the Chicago Bulls starting lineup. And it's like, oh, we have so many great artists in our state that we went with that instead. It was just disappointing. We got one up in our own town.
They made a rookie mistake, I thought, yesterday. When we're recording this, Mike Walls. Yeah,
Walls, whatever his name, Mayor Walls, Tim Walls,
Governor Tim
Walls.
Yeah. As you can see, we're very adept at political conversation.
We're very locked into the political conversation. That's why we stick to who showed up as far as pop culture goes than the actual candidates themselves.
What
Mike Walls, Mike Crush.
Isn't that, again, there's so much energy around when they pick their vice presidential candidate, and then you go back and you start to ring your brain. It's like, I don't remember who Hillary Clinton's was. I don't remember who.
No, who?
I start to think back on, Mitt Romney. I can't remember who he campaigned with.
Mitt Romney. Yeah, you don't remember who came with the losers except for Sarah Palin.
So anyway, Phineas Walls does his speech, and when they wrap it up, they play Neil Young's "Rockin' in the Free World."
Okay,
which kind of like "Born in the USA," not a positive.
No, not a real great spin.
Because if you look, let me just
to end the festivities.
Yeah, I mean, so we get she puts the kid away. She's gonna get hit. She hates her life and what she's done to it. There's one more kid that will never go to school, never fall in love, never get to be cool.
Keep on rocking in
in the free world.
Yeah.
We got 1,000 points of life for the homeless man. We got this kinder, gentler machine gun hand. So it's one of those things where it's like, that wasn't the right thing. Rookie mistake, Dems.
You're from Minnesota, man. You should have gone with Soul Asylum, somebody to shove, and you should have just pushed people off, like just kind of a slam dance starts going on.
Prince, let's go crazy.
Well, didn't John Legend didn't he sing that or something? And people crapped all over him. It was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. And I just don't know if it's corrupted, turned down for what. I just don't know if next time I just don't know if you're out in the club next time and people hit turn down for what. Everyone goes, my delegate goes to the 400 delegations go to shots of Hennessy for everyone. Like, I just don't know.
I'm with you on that one. That was it probably has spoiled. It was a fun moment, but it probably spoiled the song forever.
Yeah. Food and Wine is spoiling the way we eat our burgers, jerks, right?
Yeah. They have put out an article that says you should eat your burger with a knife and fork. I promise it's not weird.
No, it's weird.
There's only one way to properly eat a hamburger, and I will accept the judgment of others for embracing this unpopular opinion. You should always use a knife and fork.
Even when you're going like fast food or this like since it's Food and Wine magazine, they're probably thinking more refined burgers, but a hamburger's a hamburger, right?
I mean, I think so. I can probably get behind this at those just obscenely huge burgers you get at some bars that are just stacked and stacked and stacked. And there's no way you can't unless you're a python and you can just dislodge your jaw or something.
Yeah.
I can understand using a knife and fork.
You still have to try though first. You can't just immediately go straight knife and fork. You got to give it at least a try with your hands, unless it's like that's why I got no use for the eggs on a burger. That just never the yolk gets all runny and it's just no, thank you.
Yeah, burgers have there's too much on burgers.
There is.
I can get behind the burger part.
Yeah, I can get behind that. If the Food and Wine was like there no more than 4 ingredients on a burger, I would say okay, I'm with you, but not knife and fork in it.
So Darren Cardosa says, and it's really complicated too. He says, first you need to have a couple of toothpicks to hold it together when it's first sliced. Otherwise it will topple. Slightly press down on the top burger and then insert the toothpicks to ensure they're all going all the way through the layers. Once the toothpicks are in place, cut the burger in half and bite into the burger site. And it makes an argument that you use fewer napkins. All right. But I
don't jive with that.
No, I think what you do is you sort of get your shoulder into it and you just mush it down real flat. Yeah. And then you cram it in your pie hole.
Well, has he never seen the culinary excellence that is Guy Fieri or however you want to say his last name? And Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. There's the hunch, right? He gets the big old sandwich, big old burger hunch where you get down there, you kind of get those elbows out, you get down over the plate and you just kind of go to town. So everything just falls out. You can use a knife and fork when you lose the toppings, but that's not how you get into the burger. I think,
it's a burger and it's a two-handed operation. And you're responsible for how big it is. If it comes stacked too high, that's on you.
That's your own damn fault. You
is.
shouldn't be putting onion rings. It's the same thing. You know what? I have the same problem with Bloody Marys. I'm not a Bloody Mary person, but I get the same damn problem with that of I don't need a smorgasbord in a drink. I don't need bacon and shrimp and a side of ham and a bone and this and that. It's just I don't know, celery, right? That's what used to be in a Bloody Mary. They used to just put a celery stalk.
Yeah, you don't need much else in there.
Yeah, kind of freaking ridiculous going on here. I know we'll get to snakes later on. You had mentioned, the python.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to that here in a moment. But first, you have a story involving a seagull.
Yeah. And, you now living in Florida, this might impact you in some ways. Like when you go to those restaurants that are outdoors.
Oh, yeah, the outdoor?
Yeah. And one of the problems is the birds.
Yes. They're
aggressive.
There. They're very aggressive.
And so this sandwich business, this is actually in the UK, but on the coast, they're same kind of thing. They're saying, hey, we have been giving dozens of customers, replacement sandwiches all day because a bird comes and steals it. And then they go, oh my God, a bird, I'm sitting out here and a bird stole it and you didn't stop that bird. I get a free sandwich.
But you should know that, much like, that's kind of on you.
It is.
If you see a bunch of birds around, cover your food or go eat inside.
Yeah, I think so. And if you're on a beach and you're having a picnic on the beach, and it's going to happen.
Inevitable,
it will come.
Yes, exactly.
The business says this costs them hundreds a day, and they are considering adding seagull insurance on every purchase to try to cover the losses. The Gulls are super aggressive and actually are terrifying. We're a family-run business, and I can't sit and watch a sandwich get stolen and not replace it. So I always give another one free, but it is beginning to cost us a lot of money. People are even left bleeding after the Gulls swoop in for food.
Maybe don't serve anything outdoors anymore. Maybe don't have or charge extra for the live birds reenactment you're seeing all the time.
I think if the birds are breaking skin and causing people to bleed, it's probably time to put an awning up or something.
Or fence it in, or put a screen door or
something.
Or something. $1 seagull insurance on everyone's bill.
We have children crying, old women saying, I nearly rolled my ankle because of seagulls. People come and take photos of sandwiches, and the minute they hold their sandwich up for a picture, the seagulls dive bomb them. It's really a problem.
Well, don't Insta your sandwich then either.
Yeah. She said they've tried to deter the seagulls by playing birds of prey noises. They've bought stuff on Amazon, and they've done everything besides shoot them. And so they're saying, hey, we may just have to, if you're going to sit outside, that's fine, but it's a $1 surcharge for seagull insurance.
I think that makes sense. Yeah. That actually seems reasonable, that you're going to make that choice. If you know that the seagulls have made people bleed, you should probably, willing to roll the dice and sit outside, you should pay that extra $1. I don't have a problem with that. Speaking of animal insurance, the annual Hambone Award finalists have been announced. And for those who don't know.
Okay. Yeah. I remember this.
Yeah. If we don't know, the Hambone Award celebrates the most unusual pet insurance claims of the year. It was named in honor of a dog who ate an entire holiday ham while stuck in a refrigerator. And it aims to shed light on the everyday and sometimes bizarre incidents that can befall our beloved pets.
I can leave. Like if I'm gone, I probably shouldn't admit this because I don't know if it's animal cruelty or not. But, you go away for a few days and a cat will be fine. You just leave a big bowl of food and they'll walk by. Okay, I'm hungry, crunch, crunch, and then go about their day. A dog will finish that thing in milliseconds.
Yeah. And then look at you and it wants more.
So you leave a whole ham out. A dog will eat the whole ham.
No, this dog ate it because it was stuck in the refrigerator. Somehow the dog got the refrigerator open, got stuck in it.
The dog was stuck in the refrigerator.
The dog was stuck in the refrigerator and ate the entire ham while stuck in the refrigerator.
Oh, gosh.
That's why it's called the Hambone Award.
Okay.
So here we go through some of this year's finalists for the Hambone Award, including Archie, who is a New Jersey dog who injured his paws when he broke through a vintage plate glass door while trying to alert his family of a mail carrier's arrival. That's a dog that gets really excited about people coming to the door. Here's another one for the Hambone Award. Let me introduce you to Bear, a Pennsylvania corgi who bit into a bottle of nail adhesive and effectively glued his own mouth shut.
Oh my God.
What are you doing, Bear? You can't just bite into that. Also, they're outside of dogs as well. We have a New Jersey parrot named Clover, who made the list after a growth spurt caused toenails on her feet to hook together.
What?
So, Clover is this parrot, hits a growth spurt, and because of the growth spurt, the feet get bigger, I guess, and the toenails get hooked together. And so, by the way, who's putting an insurance claim in on their parrot, by the way?
Those are expensive. And don't they live till like they're 75?
Yeah, they do live a long time. I guess you're right.
I didn't know parrots had toenails.
Yeah, coming out of the talon. They got a talon. And
I thought the talon was the toenail.
No, they got a toenail at the end of the talon.
I thought their feet, their claws was just like one thing, like one big bony pokey thing.
No. There's the bone that is the talon, and then there's the toenail at the end of the talon.
Okay, I didn't know this.
They got to keep those sharp.
I had no idea.
Moving from Clover, we have a Florida dog named
I thought
Irma.
they used switchblades. I don't know.
He did like Wolverine.
Yeah.
Parrots are like Wolverine. They activate and then that's how they get you. A Florida dog named Irma suffered from gastrointestinal issues that turned out to have been the result of eating metal wire pieces believed to be from a barbecue brush.
Oh my gosh.
A Virginia dog named Gordon swallowed 2 large rocks from her owner's garden. And rounding out the finalists for the Hambone Award is Lambo, who is a North Carolina dog who ate more than 250 jigsaw puzzle pieces.
I hope the puzzle was put together when you did it.
I hope
spoiled it for somebody.
I hope it wasn't. I hope they were really close to being done. Like it was one of those like 1,500 or 5,000 piece puzzles, and they were really close to the end. And the next thing in the morning, they wake up like, where the hell all the pieces go? And then how much you want to finish that puzzle, huh?
Right.
All the pets nominated for the award have made full recoveries, and members of the public can vote for their favorite finalists through tomorrow, in which the winner will be announced August 27th. So. Depending on when you're listening to this, you could vote or not. But if not, listen for the winner on August 27th for the beloved Hambone Award.
Hambone.
Yes. Speaking of bone, this poor SOB. God, I don't know. This comes to, once again, it's our annual reminder of check the toilet before taking a dump, because you never know what may be in there. It also
check the toilet, check your supplies, make sure you've got the right amount of toilet paper. Just make sure everything is in place. Don't just go flying in there.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that because you brought this.
I found a bat.
I know you found a bat. You were the national spokesperson for this. So this poor guy, I'll let you pronounce the name because it's a great one, but I don't know. I think I would butcher it.
I believe it's Tanat Tangawanan. Tangtawanan.
Tangtawanan? He's got Tangtawanan odds? I'll take that.
And something, when you say Tang and something happens down there, you start to realize what the story's about.
Yes. This poor gentleman sat on the toilet and felt, this is straight from the Daily Beast. Some colorful language here. He sat on the toilet on Tuesday and then felt a sharp pain in his testicles below him, which I love how they put that in there as if it would be someplace else.
Right.
To not
I
actually
think pointing out that, he's gotten to that saggy point in life where they're just hanging down like a piñata.
Hasn't he suffered enough?
Yeah.
If a snake is biting his nuts, thinking they're probably some eggs. Here's what he had to say. I felt something biting my balls.
Yeah.
It was very painful. So I put my hands in the toilet to see what was wrong. Not get up and turn around. I immediately just put my hands in the toilet to see what was wrong. I was shocked that I grabbed a snake.
I'm thinking it wasn't just the sharp pain, but he must have sensed a tug.
Oh, there had to
That's probably why he didn't stand up.
Oh, because, you don't want him falling out.
Yeah, right.
It's bad enough
I think he knew something's got a hold of him.
Yeah. I quickly stood up and plucked it out. The python, still attached to him, would not let up. Here's where they go a little bit awry, though, with the verbiage going on. So he began whacking the snake, with a toilet brush.
Right.
There was blood everywhere, but I was more shocked to have found a python in the toilet.
The URL toiletbrushwhacking.com is available if anyone wants to purchase that.
Oh, there is? Okay. Yeah. That should be the new one. That should be the new euphemism. I'm going to go do some toilet brush whacking.
God, this is horrifying though. I mean, we're bearing the lead here. Yeah. Yes. So he's sitting on the toilet and a snake has clomped down on his nethers.
Right on his newts. And he goes right in underneath. Like he went straight through the gappage to grab.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I would have that wherewithal. I think my first reaction would have been to stand up and they would have been left behind. But Thanat over here, Thanawan and Ganigan, or whatever his name is, he was like, no, you're not taking these from me. Yeah. They're attached to me, my friend.
Pry them out of my cold, dead hands.
That's right. They say images show the bathroom sprayed with a new coat of red from the incident.
God.
He and his father,
this is one of those arguments, I guess, in favor of taking your your phone into the toilet with you. Because This guy not only was in severe pain, he's snapping pictures the whole time.
Yeah. You're never going to believe this.
Yeah.
I got a Hambone Award for you right here. The insurance, him and his father, they rushed to the hospital for a tetanus shot and stitches.
Oh, God.
Fortunate for him, the wound was not deep, and doctors told him it would only take a few weeks to heal. He said, quote, his testicles are safe for now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's lucky it wasn't a venomous snake. Even if his injuries have healed, the mental scars still haunt him, and he hasn't used that toilet again since, nor will he ever again.
That should never be again. Don't live in an area where these things could possibly happen.
It's going to happen to me at some point. I don't know if it's going to be a python because I'm not that far close to the Everglades, thank God. But an iguana or some lizard's going to come out of there at some point.
You're going to see something. Yeah.
He says, every time I go, I check what's inside and I put a brush in there just to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do some toilet brush whacking.
And the article that I'm reading here too was extra crazy because he grabs the snake around the neck and he's trying to get it out of the toilet. I don't know why. But the snake is pulling back.
Yeah.
And so the snake is holding on to something, probably another 40 feet down the pipe. It's got its tail wrapped around something. And that's when he does use the word whacking.
Yeah. He whacked it good with the toilet brush.
I grabbed the toilet brush and just began whacking away.
Why would you continue to try to grab it out of the toilet though? If it's already moved on and off your nuts, why just let it go back in there and call it a professional? I mean, I guess it did snap at your balls.
I mean, I would imagine just being in such horror, you would go absolutely animal, and you've chosen fight over flight, and now there's only one animal is going to get out of here alive, and it's going to be him.
I guess if it's only going to be one, it would be something. If someone snapped your nuts, you would be like, yes, you need to perish and perish now. So I am not letting you go after you did that to me. God, how horrifying that is.
You know what part of his problem was?
What?
He didn't take any Nugenics.
That's true.
If he would have taken Nugenics, the balls themselves would have fought back.
That's exactly right. They would have been. They would have been like Rocky's fist when he's hitting a speed bag.
Right.
Like, or if you take the extra new boost formula of Nugenics, your testicles turn to steel.
Yeah.
And it would have broken the tooth of the python.
Yeah, I just picture them, swelling up like the Incredible Hulk, and the python just can't take it anymore and rips apart.
Yeah, exactly. The testicles just turn to the snake and go, and she'll like it too. And then punch it right. The balls just punch him right in the face. Teabag that python.
By the way, text FANG 24242 and you'll get a free bottle of Nugenics to boost your man nuts.
Man boosting formula. Speaking of nuts, not the nuts down below, but just crazy nuts.
Man, yeah. You hear these stories every once in a while where somebody sees a sign that says all you can eat and they decide they're going to take them up on the challenge.
Yeah. That's that you have to read the fine print on that though.
And most restaurants usually say, all right, it's to this point or whatever. So we go to Portage, Indiana, which is just a little bit, about 30, 40 miles outside Gary.
Yeah, it's not too far away.
Yeah. And they're at an Applebee's. So it's already really classy.
Yes, that's high class.
She ordered an all-you-can-eat and shared it with the other person at the table.
Well, in this economy, right?
So then she decided, so then they get the bill, and the bill comes back for 2 all-you-can-eat meals instead of just the 1 all-you-can-eat meal, because it's all you can eat in the singular.
Yes, not the table. How expensive, by the way? I'm going to be a little bougie here, but I've not been to an Applebee's in quite some time. What is the going rate for an all-you-can-eat at the old Applebee's? What do
you think? What's it worth it to you?
I'm saying probably you're looking at anywhere from $12.99 to $14.99, depending on what you're getting.
Yeah, you're almost there. $15.99.
What was it all you can eat of?
And I don't know I don't know if it's all you can eat of what.
I think is it the tenders and the riblets?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I've not been for a while, but
I love hang in those circles.
I love how they have riblets. They don't even have ribs at Applebee's. It's just like, we just have riblets for you.
So then the woman gets into an argument with the manager, and it got so heated that the police were called.
Okay, you get that call. Hey, we got another dust up at the Applebee's. Great. Yeah. What's going on?
Because the entire group had become raucous, and not only did they say, we're not paying for two, we're not even paying for one. What are you going to do about that? And so they called the police.
Come at me, bro.
And so over the citizens band radio, a dispatcher is heard to say multiple people screaming and threatening people at the Applebee's 45 miles south of Chicago.
This?
Yeah.
Coming in, we got a multiple scrap at the Applebee's over the all-you-can-eat. It's a riblet riot going on. Over.
The menu showed the all-you-can-eat special, and while I was looking over the menu underneath in bold letterings, you can say all-you-can-eat was displayed per person. So it wasn't even the amount that was being eaten, it was that was being shared. Right. The officer showed the group the menu outside the restaurant and said, it says right here, it's only per one person. And then they got mad at the police officer. What are you, Johnny Law? Well, yes, I am.
Yes, I actually am. And I read the fine print right here. Legally, they can charge you.
The officer said the woman is on the brink of being charged for disorderly conduct. Her friend said, would you just shut up for a second? And the officer then arrested the woman on a misdemeanor charge. The woman's friend then went inside, paid the full tab after realizing the menu clearly said the special was per person. A representative from Applebee's could not be immediately. Hello, I'd like to talk to the idiot department at Applebee's. Who handles idiots here?
Yeah, who handles the all-you-can-eat riblets? I'd like to talk to that particular individual.
Man.
Oh, my God. That charged up over riblets. I don't know if I could ever get that charged up over something
and you can't,
like that.
You can't sit there the whole day and just keep eating until you just be reasonable about it.
How do you feel about baggies? People bringing Ziplocs in their purse to put to-go stuff into.
Who does that?
I saw that. I just saw that a couple of days ago when I was in. It was actually a nice little lounge area. In Animal Kingdom, I'm sitting there, and across the table, right? We're sitting down in the lodge. It's like an indoor-outdoor little lounge area, really nice stuff. And it's an older couple across the way, and I'm just in conversation with my wife and another couple that's over there. And my wife elbows me, and I go, "What?" And she kind of does the head nod, like, "Look over there.
Check this out."
And sure enough, there were various sizes. It wasn't just one. There was various sizes of Ziplocs that the gentleman was just taking the food that they had ordered. He didn't finish it, right? They had ordered it. It wasn't like free bread service or something. But he didn't ask for a to-go container. He just pulled out his own Ziplocs and started putting them in the various size Ziplocs, and then told his wife, "Put these in your bag." And I guess then they had Ziploc snacks the rest of the day to go around the park with.
Why does that seem so dodgy? I mean, I guess they can do it. It's not, it's really no different from getting a to-go box, but that just seems extra sketchy, doesn't it?
It does. It seems the fact that they have those just at the ready, it does seem like they may be the people that go to the buffet and maybe, take a little on the side and just like, I'm going to grab one more plate and then quickly put it in the bag. I mean,
they're at the salad bar and they dump the whole thing of beets into there.
Right. I mean, they paid for it. So, but it does seem dodgy when you pull out the Ziploc. When you pull out the Ziplocs from your own purse and then shove them in there, it's like, what's going on over here?
That's goofy.
Yeah. And finally, in the Mike and Molson Too Good for Radio podcast, sticking with the animal theme, have you seen the new show Chimp Crazy on HBO Max?
No, I just caught an ad for it, and you started telling me about it yesterday, and I am intrigued.
Oh, my goodness. We talked about it back when we were on the air because we are the purveyor. We are the foremost purveyor of monkey news in the country, really, Mike and Molson.
A lot of monkey news out there.
Yeah. And remember a few years ago, we talked about that chimpanzee who escaped in Festus, Missouri and tried to steal a car and everything. Well, this is about the compound that those chimps live in. Okay. And it follows that story, and it follows the lady who took over for the original woman who had bred the chimps for pets. Because in Missouri, it's okay. You can just, if you got the means, how much do you think the going rate was for a chimp?
Oh my gosh. It's got to be 5 figures.
It was $65,000 for a chimp baby.
Sure, that's about the yearly salary of a monkey butler.
Yeah, exactly. So not only that, they opened a business called Chimp Party, where for a certain amount of money they'd bring a chimp to your house for Chimp Party. I had no idea how deep it went. And so then this woman takes over for her. And the guy who's directing it made Tiger King. So he can't actually interview people in the exotic pet trade anymore because of what happened to Tiger King. So he's got to hire a proxy director who's a guy who used to be a Barnum and Bailey clown, who then got into the exotic animal trade himself. And so he's easier to infiltrate this whole compound. And it focuses on Tanya Haddix, is the lady who takes over for Carol at the chimp compound. And when Tanya calls herself, I kid you not, and we may have to end here because nothing